One of the best films of the year is an animated movie? It's gotta be Pixar.
Okay, calm down, guys. Let's just keep this in perspective.
Where's she taking us?
I should have seen this coming.
We'll be fine, Jesse.
Oh, I hate all this uncertainty! New toys!
Buzz Lightyear, at your service.
Welcome to Sunnyside, folks. You'll find being donated was the best thing that ever happened to you.
May I? Ooh!
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Review, episode number 336, and the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 is directed by Lee Unkrich, and it's voice acted by Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. You know them both, you love them both, Woody and Buzz Lightyear. There's also some new faces in this film as well. Michael Keaton as the Ken doll, you have Ned Beatty as this Lotso bear, and we also have Kristen Shaw, Mel from Flight of the Conchords, voicing a very funny Triceratops, and Timothy Dalton voicing Mr. Pricklepants, probably my favorite new character of the film. Toy Story 3 takes place 11 years after the second installment of Toy Story, and we have Andy, who's now 17, he's heading off to college, he's packing up all his things. His mom says, you know, what are you going to do with all these old toys? And so you can either put them in the attic or donate them, but if you don't decide what to do, I'm just going to throw them away. I'm just going to do whatever I want with them. So he decides, I'm going to throw all these toys in a bag and throw them in the attic. I'm going to put Woody in my college box, take him to college with me, kind of for a nostalgic childhood feel. Through one mistake or another, the mom mistakes it for trash, puts it out on the curb. They escape from the trash bag into the car, only to be taken to the Sunnyside daycare, where it's a lot less of a daycare and a lot more like a prison. And they're kind of trapped in this daycare where there's these toddlers screaming, running around, abusing all these toys. And they all realize we need to break out and we need to get to Andy because Andy is the one who loves us, he's our owner, he's where our heart belongs. And what ensues is a very funny, very emotional, very action-packed sort of prison escape-like film that Pixar's done, and it's also one of the best movies of the year. Toy Story 3, I mean, my expectations for this movie, as any Pixar movie, are always extremely high, and I think Toy Story 3 sounds like such an unnecessary addition to the Toy Story franchise, but I think what Pixar has done with this film is made it so incredibly perfect, almost for me. Almost perfect for me. And I think a lot of that is due to the writing of this film, and I think this third installment is funnier than the other two combined, maybe. I was laughing more consistently throughout this film than probably any other comedy that I've seen all year. The opening sequence to this film is kind of like Andy's imagination for what's going on in this toy world, and it's Woody trying to rescue a train of orphans before they plummet to their death. And it's so inventive and so riveting what you're watching on screen, and it's more action-packed and better than almost any action movie that you're probably going to see this year, with the exception of maybe Inception. I'm looking out for you, Christopher Nolan. And it's also extremely funny and extremely heartfelt, just like most Pixar films, and I think, as in most Pixar films, like WALL-E and Up, some of the best moments come from moments that have no dialogue. And there's two moments towards the end of this film, one involving a simple, hesitant look that Andy gives a little girl by the end of this film that says so much about the Toy Story franchise and says so much about childhood and toys in that one look than almost anything else in this entire film. There's also a moment where all the toys kind of hold hands at the end that's incredibly touching and, not gonna lie, had me almost on the verge of tears. If I had anything negative to say about Toy Story 3, it's that I don't think that it establishes the small character moments that I think the first two established so well, and I think that the first half is also a little by the book, but it doesn't really matter because it's thoroughly entertaining and thoroughly enjoyable. I think it's near perfect, and it sits just as good as the other two. It sits up there with just as good as the other two. I can't talk right now, so I'm just going to end this. I give Toy Story 3 a very strong 4.5 out of 5. I think it's one of the best films of the year. Guys, if you haven't already, head over to nitpickit.com. Episode number 70 of the podcast is out. We talk about the A-Team and the Karate Kid, as well as Joan Rivers' A Piece of Work. Also, I posted a link in the bottom bar, I guess it's called now. I'm writing for a online kind of local newspaper. I posted my Toy Story 3 written review on there, as well as my A-Team review. I'll post both the links down there for you guys to check out. It helps me out immensely, and I thank you in advance. And as always, filmswithfen.com, my blog is still going on, so check that out as well. thank you guys so much. Enough self-promotion, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next time.